the bed I make and hell is where I've slept. And I know there are parts of me who know not where I've been. Could somebody please tell me why I worry like I do? This pain I feel don't feel like mine, I don't know what to do with it. I play dead in the pool, I float like I won't sink. And instead of trying to swim to shore, I call for help again. And glory to the clarity that comes in subtle waves, with my back against the wall and nothing to believe in. And now I'm not afraid to work. Sometimes I don't know what to do, so many options all to taste, but I'm so hungry I can't move. And when I finally gain that confidence to lift that spoon up to my face, I know I'll keep eating even though I'm full. Now drill holes in my feet, pull me out and watch me drown. Set me on top of this water, let me stand on solid ground. I play dead in the pool, I float like I won't sink. And instead of taking your advice, I float on top the waves. Now you tell me I'm crooked, you tell me I'll adapt. You give me an answer to a question never asked. I need you to listen, but you needed to talk. And now we walk together, we got nothing done. Now look at me, all civilized like I need this to live. Addicted to the routine life that I've had since a kid. City lights, preservatives, and television sets, and frequencies that I can't see but keep me in the grip. In between the mountains, something calls for me. It tells me that it's time for change, it tells me I should leave. And I know that I should, but I have nothing to pack. And I'm scared that once I turn my back that I'd never come back. And I'm tired of the same old same, no pain, no gain, some way, somehow. I lie when I claim that I know how to make it settle down. I'm blind like you are me, and we are naked, not alone. We're born to raise awareness, just to train in how to smile. For every little speck of paint that's ever been painted on this wall, I sacrifice my ego just so we can watch it fall. Cause heaven is inside of us and there is nowhere else. Together we can finally feel as empty as a hole. And in that hole there lives a force that I call the unknown. It pulls me and it pushes you to where we need to go. Sometimes I do not listen, only when I doubt myself. And when I'm sensitive to my intuition, I sense that everything has evolved. So what is it that governs these decisions we must make? Between the right and wrong and how we label some mistakes. Cause lately I've been thinking about how it comes in waves, and how every single choice I make will impact everything. So how much of this do I make and how much is outside of me? And what can I do to prevent myself from feeling future pain? Cause even when the sun fills up the sky inside of me, a part of me becomes preoccupied about when it will rain. Now heaven is the bed I make and hell is where I've slept. And I know there are parts of me who know not where I've been. Could somebody please tell me why I worry like I do? And remind me to enjoy the moment while it lasts with you. Could somebody please tell me why I worry like I do? Could somebody please tell me why I worry like I do? Could somebody please tell me why I worry like I do? This pain I feel don't feel like mine, I don't know what to do without it. My best day's work is my worst enemy's fear. And I believe mistakes are only miracles wrapped in mirrors. I had to lie, I'm sorry, I love you. And that's as clear as I can get when knowing I'm responsible. I know it's not my fault, and it's probably not yours. Of course the monster knows it's not his chore to use all of its force. A coward in disguise, trembling and happy, antsy to appear before its see-through judgment day. I'd love to see the family tree begin to reach out far enough to where the sun no longer has to talk to roots on the rock bottom of a cruel intention that was very long ago and has evolved and manifest through the conception of drama. Show and tell, breathing, thinking, bleeding larva bug who never bothered to align itself with love or karma's laws. Mama, do not leave me here, won't you please come with me? Spin me in the circle of influence till I'm dizzy. Lift me, hug me, please don't miss me, please don't tell me what I'm thinking. Marijuana, smoking barter system hippie, living off the land, burning all the money, learning that through giving there'll be no one who goes hungry. Sensitive, prepared, sensitive to light. No evidence is needed to have empathy for life. Listening and hearing, receiving in some space. No hesitation when it comes to any given choice. Possibilities, so many angles move around the disappointment of the failure and the bruise. See, gypsies tell the tale of a man who traveled through an abandoned battle zone and turned the attitudes to new. He answered to the animals who had all of the clues on how to properly advance the comprehension that so grew. And after making magic, he made love to what he knew was bound to be stuck to the bottom of a watered down excuse. Caterpillar skin and reason to grow wings, and crows that flock around the silky vipers that I hang. Sting isn't necessarily bad when you think about the fact that you now learn how to adapt to an attack. And I can feel the glass pressed up against my warm face, knowing that a broken home is worse than ever going lonely again. So it stays in a cycle, so afraid to idle, and yet to rule out the fact that if the engine dies, revival may take more than 2 cables. And the belief in electricity when angels go extinct, I will not put my faith in anything. And somehow on this day I lost faith in the human race, even though I only cared enough to judge them all. Share, spare pain, confusion, rain or shine. This brain isn't mine, and the shame is illusion made in time by designs that I started calling mine the day I responded to name. Age can be useless, especially if you think about your time and feel like you are wasting it every time you chase loose balloons floating through the wind in hopes to tie them to your wrist and fly and try without dying again. If I really believed I could fly, I'd trade you both my eyes, open up my focused mind and close down that pawn shop in my head. Yeah, the one behind the counter sometimes has no clue what things are worth and feels bad for those who brings it in and pays them all I have. Scumbag dragging a lie so far behind him by a leash tied to its teeth, prying at the beast that lives inside the inner childish scream that forces those who hear it to believe that bleeding isn't always necessarily boy crying wolf. And even if it is, I still feel obligated to comfort him while he tells lies about the suffocation. Cause even though the image and the tears may be a lie, it doesn't mean that what I see is real. So I must comply with his demands to taste, dry them off his phantom face, then proceed to sell him something that I made in hopes to develop the level of interaction between 2 totally unsettled, gentle yet level-hit human beings, waiting to dig deeper toward the understanding why loving one another is the most fulfilling high. So when I see somebody on my way and passing by, I just give a little wave and look directly in their eyes. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, for now I smile as well as I did before I knew anything at all. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, for now I smile as well as I did before I knew anything at all. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, for now I smile as well as I did before I knew anything at all. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, for now I smile as well as I did before I knew anything at all. Not trying to neglect you, nor am I trying to harm you. I'm trying to protect you and warn you from a smile. The man who never left the normal mental idol. Let's reflect for a second on what you meant by disciple. A brand new perspective, forget about the old one. Check the medicine, make sure it's not poison. I bet they never hesitated when training the hats, and I've been meditating on the fact you were in their net. And at that exact point in time, I reached toward the bottom level for the piece of metal trapped in your spine. Brain attached to mine, same train of thought that pumped seem into the sky with the belief that once I reach the top it'd be alright. I have to keep a locked up inside, cause if I didn't, you keep trying to tell me that you found it. Is it true? You've been running from the things you used to do. in your youth and forgot about the beautiful surroundings? It keeps me moved to know that you've been trying so hard. I'm used to assuming that I am who you are, but storytellers tell a lie, especially when they think they can tell somebody else what can never be explained. It's kinda strange what you say, and I haven't died enough times to feel like I am free, so I'm a slave. So once you lay down by my side, under the sun, pick a side. The imagery that sits and laughs, it's up to us to have some fun and get alive with it. Pick it up and run with it, get above it and under it. Judge with it, throw a fit, pick it up again, light it up and under, spin around, touch your toes, tap 3 times, wait, rub the lamp, now hope. Faith in the wind, kiss the genie on the cheek, pull the wishes from within and judge the distance that you see. That little foreign object may become intimidating, but what you come accustomed to is limiting your potential. And mine too, I know, we're fine too. We breathe the same air, so I prove. And survival of the fittest says the strongest will survive. And I believe that every angle is a necessity of life. This war has gone on for way too long. Too many short tempers and electrical storms. Synapses don't ask to be strengthened, they wait for the chance to advance. They cling on and sink in, and I've been thinking that the ones linked together are kink, crooked, and blinking. And colors that are common indicators that extinction of suffering is unlikely. So instead of fighting, let's approach each other politely. And I believe it's more appropriate to challenge one another in the search that we're on for peace, rather than see who can balance better on hot, cold emotions built carelessly on childhood flimsy beliefs. Why do you think that your purpose in life is to tell me my purpose of life? Why do you think that your purpose in life is to tell me my purpose of life? Why do you think that your purpose in life is to tell me my purpose in life? But if we're both searching right, then there's no need to fight for the light that we're both trying to find. Who are you to tell me that I'm going to hell and that you know of something that is not flawed? I'm not trying to play the role of judge, but with that faith you present, are you not trying to play the role of God? Cause what I choose to see is a being full of fear who believes he can escape by converting someone else into the system he is given into in hopes that others will adhere to the picture he paints secure. So we don't think the same. You give it a name, put it in a box and tie it on my chains. Well, I do what I can to remain in the moment with the motive to find pain and look it in its face. You believe what you believe is right and what I feel is wrong, and I believe you're spending too much time afraid to be alone. Cause you can theorize about what happens when you die, but that fear that you are hiding from is eating you alive. I can see it in your eyes. You feel it every time you open up the mouth and speak as if those words are yours. Sorry to try to make you understand something greater, since they're telling someone else the wrong isn't in my nature. And if you had the power, you would know what to do with it. I believe you do, you just don't know what to do with it. I believe in you, I just don't believe you. So every wall you stand behind now is see-through. Believe who you wish, but remember, beliefs have doubt in the center. Believe who you wish, but remember, beliefs have doubt in the center. Why do you think that your purpose in life is to tell me my purpose of life? Why do you think that your purpose in life is to tell me my purpose of life? And there is no bigger prize than when you become the leader in the eyes of those who doubt you.
Never try to disintegrate, cause I never take down the anger or the angel that led the way. Led the way down the yellow brick road. No matter what the skeleton was just told, it doesn't even matter cause the eyes are looking eye to eye contact. No reply is what I see from the guy. No reply is what I see in your eye. No reply is what I see in the sky. No reply is what I see in I. Who is the identity that I think I am? Is it the media or the thing that feeding me? Cause I don't even know if I'm a genius or if I'm sucking and I'm hanging upside down from a tree. I don't know if I'm a flower, I don't know if I have the power to give it to you. I don't know if I can get it through the influence and try to infiltrate the images you, and I try to get into and try to spit to you. It doesn't matter because I can't get my point across, so an opinion, so I gotta pass judgment. an observation of a stimuli, trying to see it when it swims by. Yes, I am a little fish, I am a tadpole. I am developed into a grand adult. I am a boy, I am a child. Every time I look up, I wanna see you smile. I wanna see you smile, you can kick me in my teeth. I wanna see you smile, you can kick me in my teeth. I wanna see you smile, you can kick me in my teeth. I love you, I love you, I love you. You cannot hurt me no more. I love you, I love you. You cannot hurt me no more. I love you, I love you. You cannot hurt me no more. I love you, I love you. You cannot hurt me no more. I am not the devil. 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 You are not God. I am not the devil. You are not God. I am not the devil.
That I know how to love everyone, but when I'm feeling down about myself, I'm selfish as they come. So come on, 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 come on. Angel and a parasite know each other's game. Angel becomes scared of that life is trying to save. So come on, 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 come on. Who am I? The future is coming and I'm running for the sun. I'm doing the best that I know. Not judge, but when I'm feeling full of myself, I'm as empty as they come. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Angel and a parasite, scared of what they made. Sucking life just to find a way back from where they came. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on.
your glow. Do you believe in miracles? Look me eye to eye if you believe in miracles. When I look inside, I can see deeper than you think. And I can see that we are swimming, we are not about to sink. I can see that we are swimming, we are not about to sink. It don't matter what boat you're in. It don't matter if you float with skin. It don't matter if you're controlled by the overpowered emotions that grab focus, hocus pocus, passion, magic, stagnant, black cat ran across the ocean. Tried to fit it all inside of his hand, but he knew that he can't. I mean, he can that he would. He would've if he could've. He should've. He didn't. He took it. He made the princess. He put the princess in the prison. Why did you put the princess in the prison? Why did you put the princess in the prison? Why did you build that vision? Why did you make incision? Why did you label this thing that I call whole existence? Why do you call it a totality of imperfect balance? Why am I trying to build a palace? Why am I trying to smile? Why am I trying to be inspired? Why am I trying to build an empire for me and my people to live? But I still live in my people to who they are. They are my kid. You are my person. I am your father. You are my brother. And in between us is our mother. Mother Nature gave birth to something that she didn't want, so she didn't do what she had to. And then it started to run. Grab grass, catch on to something. Didn't call attention. Jumped it inside a pool. Where did it go? It doesn't go because it goes to school. It tries to learn every rule. And regulation that is taking over the inner part that is serious. That is where the incurious lives. That's where the spirit lives. That's where the old primitive land stuck the spirit in. That's where the myriad paths split down. It doesn't matter what direction you go. It doesn't matter what direction you go. Stay on your toes, tiptoe. Where did you go? Every individual that's living inside of this minuscule hole. It doesn't matter where you go because down underneath the hole is a hole. And behind the sky, what's in front of the sky? What's behind the sky? What's in front of your eyes? What's inside your eyes? I wanna know what's inside of the inside. Wanna know what the flash just happened behind you. In my back corner, angel. That's what I see on my shoulder. The devil fell off and he went down to swing the boulder. The weather started getting colder, but I still knew it was over, even before it happened. And after the fact, and as far as I'm concerned, I had to adapt. I had to react. Cause if I didn't, I wouldn't know how. I had to collapse. I had to collapse. I had to fall. I had to make you believe in me so you could hang me on your wall. I had to be something that didn't feel small. So when I did that, I got down on my knees and I crawled. I crawled forever. I crawled for now. I crawled for the present tense. I crawled for the hour. I crawled for evidence that is sprawled across this whole cosmic residence that I call home. This is my home. And if it's not yours, then I suggest you leave. Knock at the door of opportunity and leave all your skin behind. Doesn't matter what sin blinded you from your past life. It doesn't matter what life you had. Doesn't matter what dad you had. Doesn't matter what mistakes made you mad. It doesn't matter what anger did to someone like a little kid swimming cause he didn't know how to call himself sad. What's that motion? How do I label that? You don't. You watch the fan.
I want to write a story about two little beings who grew up in a village that was built on old battlegrounds, and so you know that energy of hate is in everything around them, including all from older generations up to their parents. And they're the only two children in the village, and the newest breed who has evolved to the point of having empathy, and so they can feel for others, and they can feel the stained and sustained suffering that was the result of war that their elders didn't necessarily start but partook in. But these two are merely children, like 7 years young. And so they really aren't sure how to make sense of what is actually happening, but then again they feel it, and they feel responsible. And then there's this well, And for some reason, they're always pulled to the well. And that pull was so much more than just like wanting to rebel against the rules. It was almost an innocent instinct, but counteracted by primal intimidation. Because, of course, it was the one thing that the elders tell them that they mustn't go near. They say it's not for children, because it's dirty and full of trash and remains of the past. And this is where the villagers threw their waste and have always thrown their waste. The elders remind the children daily that if they tamper with the well in any way, shape, or form, that they will be beaten to death. And so, one night, filling up with the reaching of a full moon, the little boy and the little girl lying in separate rooms are unable to drift into nothingness, and so, restless and highly sensitive to that voice within, they both pulled out. Being outside at this time, it wasn't overbearing because it was so bright and they could see everything apparent. Believe it or not, they both in a half-hazy state magically appear before one another. Without even saying a word, they begin walking off the beaten paths of yesterday's map, and with no question as to where they are going, nothing was said. And as they arrived, he boosted her up on the edge, and she put out her hand and helped him up, and they sat defining the meaning of friends. And it was like they knew that there was no other option. Neither of them had to ask one another whether or not this was right. They were just still, now immune to the rotting and the shade of black, darkened as their sight dug into how deep that hole was to their imagination. And they knew that as they died together, they would never feel so alone again. They had no chance of understanding why those who raised them acted as they did. They remembered the old woman left to weep and how even she sought revenge. And somehow they did it. And I felt something change from within.
The village had been stained with the hate ever since the attack, and the blood and the fence that was built all around, and the guilt that they felt for the filth that was filling up the well, and the sounds that they heard, and the ground, and the dogs in the meadow so young, and the devil as they watched the smoke cloud the sun, and the bucket that they hid under, and that little hole that they both could see everything from so clearly. And as it hit, neither of them threw a fit. Brand new eyes observing with no complaint or judgment on it. A promise was made, and it was his idea to have her lay on top of him as he dangled his head over the edge and let his neck begin to scrape against the inner lip of the brick. When his shoulder blades were no longer supported by solid matter, he had her wrap her arms around his ribs and put her head on his chest as he began to use his hands to pull them closer to that point where resistance would give in. And in the fall, there was no screaming, there were still no sense of separation. The breathing in perfect synchrony, fast yes, but so in rhythm, heart pump clean blood in, the most alive ever felt in pause, mid-air preceding the fearless expectation of death. And as they hit, they were done. Nothing, unconscious, floating face down. They awoke at the exact same time, sopping wet, drained on a white shore that never felt waves until that day. And the people greeted them as one. The people thanked them. The water, perfect blue. The sky, perfect blue. And a sun that looked like a burning hole with no past and no purpose. And the old woman's smile was permanent, as if revenge had never needed to exist. Her roots dug deep enough to feel the instant force flow up and out. And as she picked the flowers that grew and distributed them to the others as if they knew what for, there was no regret, none, nothing said, nothing but a story that didn't need to be told. Off the beaten path. Off beaten path. Off beaten path. Beaten path. Off beaten path. I want to tell a story about